Alright, generic video pretty much on doing a thermostat on a L series engine. So this is a 5L, but this applies to 2L, 3L, 5L, 5LE, maybe the L series. I'm not too sure about the old ones, but yeah, these do vary. Like Surfs, I know, have a vertical thermostat, and excuse the mess because the engine's actually apart at the moment because I was doing a timing belt and some new radiator and all that, so I've got to wait for the bits to arrive. There was one video of someone doing this. There's not that many, which does surprise me, and while he does the job, he just doesn't do it right. And yeah, I'd rather be doing it properly, and I'll take it through you properly. Alright, so I'm going to changing this with a genuine one. It's just a genuine Toyota thermostat. This is a 2000 model. Two-wheel drive Hilux diesel, and yeah, so step by step. Look, I've already done that. So drain your radiator as much as you can, and probably would be wise when you drain your radiator to do a coolant change or a coolant flush, considering that the thermostat will be out. 312 mils. I've already done this. Later N60 owners will have like a vacuum pipe here, and that just comes off with two 10 mils there and the 12 mil there. Then that will screw out, bracket, move it out of the way. 3 12 mil nuts, and then out it pops, and then that pretty much is your thermostat. Now I have drained this already, and I don't know why manuals do this, but they say take note of where the jiggle pin is. This is the correct position of how it's meant to be. And when they say, say you buy your car and you look at your Haynes manual, or whatever it is, some bozo could have put the jiggle pin up the top or on the side or just in any random spot. And that's that. But it's correctly meant to be furthest towards the engine. And this is the original one, by the way. Is stuck open slightly a bit, but this didn't have any overheating issues or anything like that. This is still the original thermostat from 2000. And yeah, and then while everything's all out, it probably would be the best time to flush your cooling system. Pretty much just a garden hose, and then whatever comes out of the bottom of your radiator. Like, yeah, cooling system, heater core would be ideal. And then obviously clean up your surfaces as best you can. I use Scotch-Brite and some WD. Don't use emery paper or sandpaper, because that's just, you're just asking for trouble in the future. There are different ways you can put her on. So considering that this is like the later Model 5 L series engines, they will have the O-ring around the thermostat. Some have like a paper gasket or just a generic gasket, and I think they're a stupid idea personally. I'm not a fan of them. I prefer these any day of the week. And don't mix them up, because the other video that I've found in regards to this, he went from a rubber O-ring to like a normal gasket, and it just looked disgusting. He didn't even flush his cooling system. It was full of rusty water. The jiggle pin was in the wrong spot. Yeah, kind of blew up actually, but it was done about 4 or 5 years ago, so I don't think he's going to give a shit. I don't know his car's going to be any decent. Yeah, there's definitely different, I don't know, there's different kinds of variations of these things. This is just the standard one, and I'll put her in. Now, you can just use sealants if you want, whatever, I don't know, bit of silicone, aviation sealant, whatever works. I'm actually going to use rubber grease on the O-ring, because, well, this never really leaked. and rubber grease is actually good stuff, to tell you the truth. It's good on front main seals on the inside. So I'm just going to give this a coat, put her in, and then plonk this on, and that's that. Done. Doesn't look pretty, but it'll do the job just fine. And I've also just done a bit on the housing as well, and it's only just rubber grease. Like, generally it's just the same sort of amount you see here, probably maybe a little more if it was like a silicone, if you just don't want it to leak, or if the housing's that like caked or scratched or worn out or whatever. But yeah, jiggle pin to the front of the engine always. It's basically there just to let the air bleed out, and then top cover on, get your bolts, put her in. I don't know what the torque, look, there is a torque spec for these. I think it's like the Haynes manual says it's between like 12 and 19 Newton meters or something like that. I'm just going to do them up hand tight so they're pretty evenly done regardless. And then happy days, fill your coolant up. Yeah, lead her up, heat her on, yada yada yada, boom. I mean, I can't show you the bleeding process, of course, but these engines are not really that difficult to bleed anyway. Air out of, just leave the radiator cap off, and if you're that worried, just park it up on a hill facing up. I would pay attention. It would help to have the ratchet going in the right direction. I'll double check this once I put the phone down, but that's pretty much it. Oh, there you go, done. And you can see a nice even spread of the rubber grease popping out. Boom.